When you open up your MT4 for the first time, it'll possibly look something like this. You'll have possibly have a navigator open on the side showing your account details. This is a demo account with FXCM, and you'll have a few charts open. Generally, they may have a few indicators on them and that sort of thing, and there'll be a black screen, green background type of thing, something like that. Obviously, clicking on the enlarge screen button, as with any page, web page type of thing, it brings it to a full screen. The purpose of this video is just to run through a few very basic details on how to navigate the MT4 platform. You've got at the top of your toolbar, you'll have a create new chart button. You can access your different currency pairs from that bar. You'll generally have your majors up in this, US, Swiss, Pound US, Euro US, US Yen, US CAD, Euro Pound are the ones up there. You'll often have the majors. Generally, there's another selection there. And different brokers will have different ways that they branch out their pairs. Another way to act, you've then got your profiles, so you can access your profiles. That's the way you have your chart set up, is your profiles. The market watch window, if we close the navigator, we open the market watch, that brings up all your individual currency pairs as well, with the bid and ask price or buy and sell price related to the pairs that your broker offers. Some demo accounts don't offer as many pairs as the full accounts. Pepperstones offers the full basket. FXCM only the majors and a few crosses, which is enough for me on the demo. And you can bring up open new charts. If you right click on the pair you want, you can new order or new chart window, and that brings up a new chart, so you can bring up your charts from there as well. That also has your broker time at the top of the chart. So if you need to find at the top of the market watch bar, so if you need to find what time your broker is in relation to yourself or for the setup of your indicators, then you can find that at the top of the market watch window. Next along we have what's called the data window. That brings up a depth of market. Now the market, yeah, there it is. So it brings up on the Pound USD pair, it gives you the data of where your cursor is. So you can see it changes the open, high, low, close time and the time at where my cursor is. You can also grab the crosshairs, and that'll, so you can see the different data. That data is all given to you down the bottom here as well. Gives you the close price, the low, the high, and the open, depending on where your cursor is on the chart. You've then got your navigator, which gives you your account details, it gives you a list of all your indicators, your expert advisors, and your scripts. Then you've got your terminal window, which opens up this lower area, giving you your trades. Your trade window will show you any open trades that you have, along with the balance, equity and free margin details. When you have open trades, you can modify those by right clicking on your trade. It will also have a small X on the far right hand side of your trades, and you can exit out of your trades by clicking that X. that one brings up a strategy tester. So in there you can test different expert advisors or indicators, and that will bring up a tester window, and it can run a test to test different strategies. The new order button obviously brings up the order window where you can select what type of order you want to enter, the volume that you want to enter it at, the pair you want to enter it on. You can set your stop loss, which is the level at which your trade will be stopped out if it moves against you. Your take profit is the level at which you want to get out of the market if it moves in your favour. And what sort of order you want to execute, whether you want instant execution, which is at the market price, or whether you want to put a pending order above or below the market price. So that gives you the option of a buy limit, which is a buy order below price. A sell limit is a sell order above price. A buy stop is a buy order above price, and a sell stop is a sell order below price at the particular price. And you can enter your orders using that method. There is another method to use to enter your orders, which I'll show you in a moment. The MetaQuotes language editor, that just lets you edit your own indicators. There's really no need to go into that if you're very new. Register a virtual server lets you load your account onto a virtual server so that your MT4 can be running 24/7, and that allows you to run different expert advisors to trade on your account. Register your account as a source of trade signals. That means that your trades are then registered as signals on that from that account to your MQL5 website address, and other people can copy your auto trading. Needs to be on if you're running signals or some indicators that plot different things on the chart for you. Then you've got the different type of charts. You've got your zoom in and zoom out buttons. I'm going to zoom in on this to show you. These are open, high, low, and close bars. So the price is plotted based on the opening price is the small tag to the left of the bar. Is the opening price of at that time. Then plots the low price, it plots the high, and it plots the close for each bar. Candlesticks shows exactly the same thing, but it shows it in a candlestick formation. You have the open price, the low, the high, and the close. And you can change the colour of the candles, and the line chart just shows you the closing price for each bar. It doesn't show you the high and the low and the close, but it can give you a more a cleaner looking chart, and can be useful for plotting support and resistance levels on your chart. Personally, I prefer candlesticks. This button allows, obviously you've got your plus and your minus, zoom in and zoom out on your chart. This allows you to tile all your available pairs or windows into a format. That button, the play button, turns the scrolling of the chart on, so with every new candle it will scroll onto a new chart. That shifts the border along, and you can change that border using this chart shift arrow up here. Allows you to change where that border is going to be. That gives you a list of your indicators available on the platform, the free indicators available on the platform, along with your custom indicators. And this changes your periods along with these ones over here. And this gives you your templates, so you can save the current template, you can load a different template. We'll go into that in a moment. That's obviously the cursor, which is what we've got now. That gives you a crosshairs, which and when you click on the chart with the crosshairs, it goes away, so you can use that to determine where you are on the vertical scale or the time scale at a different price point, or it'll yeah, pretty self-explanatory. You've then got a selection of shapes, arrows, lines, which can be found also under insert. You can get your indicators from under insert. You can get to all your indicators, including your custom indicators. You can get to all your different lines, your channels, your different GAN lines, Fibonacci, retracement levels, lines, and etc. Your different shapes and your arrows, pitchforks, text boxes, and labels can all be found under insert. There's also a selection of them here. So there's a vertical line, a horizontal line, and trend line. I'll show you something with the trend line. When you plot, make it white so we can see it on this background. And the other thing we'll do, which you would normally do when you get it to start with, when you get your new MT4 platform up, the trend lines will look like this. If you don't like your trend lines to continue on as array forever and ever and be really thin, you can right click on you double click on the trend line to select it, then you right click on it and go into its properties. You can change the thickness of your trend line bar here. You can change whether it's the type of line that it is. You change the color, and you can also deselect the ray bar. Will then shorten your trend line up to however long you want to make it. So you can set your trend lines up like so. That's how I prefer to have them myself, but you can also change you can customize what you have in these selection bars at the top. If you want a particular tool to be able to be quickly selected up there, you can insert and remove different tools by right clicking on the side of it and go down to customize. And then obviously you've got your time frames, your 1 minute chart, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute, hourly, H4 daily, weekly and monthly up the top. Down in your terminal you've got your trade levels. You've also got your exposure of whichever currency pairs you've traded most over the last X number of time. You've got your account history of trades that you've taken, wins, losses, and the deposit and balance, profit and loss. So on this account it doesn't actually make a hell of a lot of sense, because the demo account started off with 5,000, it's giving a balance there of 6,000, but in trade it's giving a balance of 9,000. These FXCM demo accounts roll over every 3 months and start again. You've got news alerts, mailboxes, nothing else really in there. The journal can give you some information if your charts aren't loading correctly, or if there's an error and it's not working properly. If you go to the journal, it'll often come up with a message that'll tell you what it's doing wrong. And the experts is obviously just for your experts, if you're using experts on the account. That should give you a basic rundown of the MT4 system. When you have a few tips, if you have a looks like it's just frozen slightly on me. There we go, we've unfrozen it. To customize your charts, if you right click on the chart and go down to properties, you can then go through and change the color scheme. You can select from a series of color schemes that they have for you, or you can change it to a custom color screen of your own. Personally, if you want a white background, sort of red and green candles, the way I would have had it set it up. You want your bar up, green, bar down, red. Bull candles, green, bear candles, red. Bull and bear is, bull is price moving higher and bear is bar down. Line graph. It doesn't matter. Line graph. Grey, ask, line, red, stop levels red. And then if you go into common, if you wish to get rid of this grey grid at the back of the chart, which I like to get rid of, you unselect show grid. If you want both the buy and the sell line, you can select show ask line. And then the ask line is in red. So the ask line should be on there, but it's not. Not sure why. The ask line should be coming up above the bid. And change it to candlesticks, and that gives you a cleaner looking, more blank chart. Now then, once you've got it set the way you would like it set, you can right click on the chart, go down to template, save template, and just call it whatever you want. Just call it candles, and save it as that. And then when you go to another chart, you can right click on it, go to your template, and go down to candles and click on that, or you can go up to your templates up here and select candles, and that will select the that will send it to your template. We'll change that chart to you select your preferred template. So that gets you your templates. Now my line here is not going to work because we changed it to white and the background is white, so we'll make it a black line. With any of your shapes, lines, boxes, trend lines, text boxes, any of those sorts of things on there, if you select it, if you wish to make another copy of the same, if you select the item you want to copy and you press Control on your keyboard, you can then grab the line and it will duplicate it and make a new one, so you can have multiple lines of the same. That can be a quick and an easy way to select new lines. That pretty much covers it. That should get you set up with help you set your templates up on your chart. Goes through all the different details. The only other thing is, if you wish to operate your fast order execution, there's a little arrow to the left hand side of your top left hand side of your chart. And that allows you to buy or sell, so you can enter a buy order at market just by clicking that. Then when you do it the first time, it will bring you up with a box that you'll have to select as to whether you want to agree to the terms of use of that, not going through the new order window. But it gives you much quicker execution if you're watching price and you're looking to get in at an exact entry. Once you have your order open, you can then drag and drop your stop loss level below price. This is a buy order, so that gives you the area, the level at which we bought the market. This gives you the level at which your stop loss is going to be, and if you hover your mouse over it, it brings up the dollar amount in profit and how many pips you're risking. And then if you can drag and drop your exit price for to do the same thing. When you have a pending order in the market, you can then also grab the pending order and drag it up and down the chart as well. But obviously this is a market execution, so we can't change the level at which the trade was executed. So that gives you an idea of the other way to do it. If you want to place a pending order, if we want to get long from this level, we could place you could right click on the chart above the level you want to get long at, and you can place a buy limit, or you can place a sell stop if you think price is going to drop down there and keep going. If you want to buy when it drops down there, you can place a buy limit, down there. And then you can go into modify and set your stop loss. You don't have to enter the exact price as long as you put it a little way away from price. You can set it like so. Modify the order. It gives you a stop loss and take profit line. You can then click and drag those lines to the areas where you think price is going to go on the chart. And that's another way to use your limit entries. You can also just go access the new order, and you can also set an alert. So if you have a level at which you want if you want an alert set, if price gets down to this level, you can go in and you can set an alert, and it gives you an arrow here, and then when price gets down here, it will give you an audible alert when the price gets to that point. And it'll go off like a bell, and then you can, if you're away from your chart, you can come back to them. That should give you a basic rundown of the MT4 platform, how it works, the different tools, and we'll see you in the next one.